now to tell that we have a specific target is not simple, and I think the club and is the same Paratici knows very well which is the situation, and I think in this moment is not good, is not fair to tell we want to do this or we want to reach this. I think in this moment we have only to be strong, to start to to work together, and to think that we need to improve, and there is a lot of space for improvement in this team. But we have to repeat, and now, and more than also in the past, and after 3-4 days, I say that we need to work more.
A very subdued Antonio Conte ahead of his clash with Rafa Benitez. Faiz, he's usually a very animated guy, you said, right?
Yeah.
Do you think, that press con has anything to do, or his emotions or lack of it, his subduedness, do you think it has to do maybe, from coming off from that Vitesse game, you said that, after they conceded those 2 goals, the team was all over the place, it's not the Conte style. Because he knows the task ahead of him is besar, enormous.
Yeah.
Could that have anything to do with his lower tone today?
The way I see it, he just doesn't know his team just yet, which is sensible because he's just there 3 days,
yeah,
and they've got the first match. I do think that the gloominess or whatever, benda yang menyedihkan pasal muka dia tadi tu has got to do with the way they won against Vitesse. They won, but I don't think for a second that he is happy with the way they won. I watched the game. It is a classic Spurs game. They started very brightly, but then Vitesse got into the game. Luckily for them, a Vitesse player got a red card. They've got a red card too, and then another Vitesse player's got a red card. It is a very eventful game. I think he is shocked a little bit from the game, which explains the mood. But like you said, he knows he is a very intelligent manager. He knows the big task that he's had. I think in the early days like this, it is up for him and his coaching staff to evaluate the team and recalculate their chances and try to inspect in the fixtures which game are they going to win and which game they must win and which game they can challenge for a win and whatever. I think the first few weeks we're going to see Conte doing the same thing over and over again in a training session, repeat the session up until their players know how to play the Conte way. So it is just for the first few weeks, I think, for Conte.
Okay, and part of that evaluation is, of course, looking at their key players, right? And as we know, this season, Harry Kane hasn't been he hasn't been on form as much as he was. With everything that happened over the summer, his failed move to Man City. Although we do know that Conte favours Harry Kane because he wanted him over at Chelsea, I think, during his time there. So do you think he can sort of revive him back to his old self and get him to score goals again?
We have to remember that 3 years ago he revived a very negative Romelu Lukaku at Inter. He turns out to be one of the best in the world in terms of a striker. So there's no problem for him to improve Harry Kane. Even Jose Mourinho depended on him once and got the best out of him. And I don't think Conte has got any problem with that. Just that the lack of leaders in this Spurs team might be alarming to him. But in terms of how he managed star players before, he did with Eden Hazard at Chelsea, and has got a few in Inter, Nicolo Barella, Lautaro Martinez, all big names in Italian football. He managed them well, won a Serie A, broke Juventus' domination. I don't think he has got a problem with Harry Kane at all.
Perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
no problem for Harry Kane. But what about Dele Alli, though? That's another question, right? Because you know, we've seen his form dip since Pochettino left. You know, he had so much potential, and you know, even Mourinho has branded him lazy. And we've seen from the documentary that you know he's not so great with his timing for training sessions. A bit sloppy. How then will he deal with a player like Dele Alli? How will Conte deal with him?
I think attitude for elite players will always be a mystery. If he's 18 or 19, he can turn it around because he has got a long time to go. But Dele Alli is supposedly hitting his peak right now, his peak moment. He's 24, 25 now. He has got a lot of experience for a young player. Which we cannot call him young anymore because he's got same like Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford has got what, 200 games, just 23 has got 200 games. So you cannot call them young. This player is not young anymore. So he has got to show a certain level of maturity to play in this Conte team because Conte wouldn't tolerate bad attitude. He has thrown many players away before. Remember how he treated Diego Costa back in Chelsea? He sacked Diego Costa just by text message. That's what Conte can do. So if Dele Alli is not careful with his attitude or work rate or whatever in training or in game, if he's given a chance, you know, I don't think Conte has got any problem throwing him away because it's just Conte. You know, it's either you listen to him or he's just not going to play you. That's why in Italy they call him Mr. 100%.
Oh, wow,
He
okay.
demands 100% every time. Yeah.
Right.